I'm muting.
It's recording. Welcome to our Zoom meeting. And today we have the honor of welcoming our coach, Jovani Valdez, which will be sharing the law of attraction and some tips on how we can set goals and find success in achieving them. So the floor is all yours, Jovi. Thank you so much for taking the leap of faith and doing this. I'm excited.
I was like praying. I was like, oh my God. Okay, so I think the most important thing is everyone to be fully present. So I want everyone to just close their eyes right now. And we're going to take a deep breath in and then out. And I want you to just let everything, anything that's been worrying you today, just let it go and be present right now for the next 40 minutes. And I promise to let me get through all of this. And then at the end, there will be more than enough time for questions and comments. Are we ready?
Ready.
Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information about me and why Lamidi asked me to do this session. I have been on the same journey and path of positivity and law of attraction, which I'll explain in a second. Since I'm pretty much a little girl. My mom has always listened to motivational tapes. There's one woman in particular that's been a voice of my childhood. Her name is Louise Hayes. And she does guided meditation that my mom used to listen to at night. And it's funny because as a little girl, if my mom didn't play the tape, I'd tell her, Mommy, you have to play the woman. I just go to sleep. So I used to go to sleep listening to positive thinking ever since I can remember. And then in my mid-20s, my mom became a certified passion test facilitator, and I did as well. And what that means is that I have guidance in their life. And
somebody has it has to put it on mute. I can't hear most of the stuff you're saying. Someone has too much noise.
Okay.
Do you hear the same thing I hear?
No, I hear it. I wonder if it's where I'm at. Hold on. Let me move. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, I think maybe it might have been where I'm at. I'm staying at my cousin's in Williamsburg, and well, you know how those buildings are over here. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I've been listening to a lot of motivational tapes and things like that ever since I'm a kid. And we became passion test facilitators. And what that means is that I actually help people and guide people in finding what their true passion and calling is in life. And that's where a lot of the things that I talk about, law of attraction, goal setting, putting markers, and I'll explain what all of that is in a little bit, has really helped me get to where I am today at such a young age, because I was even at the Proud to Be Latina conference, and we met with coaches, and the woman was like, what you figured out at 30, people don't figure out until they're 50. So I'm really thankful to my mom because of that. The other thing is, at the end of this call, I want you guys to have an understanding of how your thoughts affect you. And you will also learn how to write goals with such a specific way that you will see growth in all areas of your life. And I want you all to understand that what I'm going to talk to you about today is not just for your business, it's for your own personal life as well, whether it be your 9 to 5, whether it be your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your family, your relationship with your husband. This tool is for all parts of your life. So the first thing I want to do is define for you what the law of attraction means. Now, the law of attraction means that it's any positive or negative event that happened with you was attracted by you. So I want to repeat that again. Anything that happens and you're involved. It happens because you attracted it to you. And I always like to say, or I always like to think, it was for your. Oh, I hear background noise. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. So, for example, we all know I recently got fired from my job, right? Oh my God. Normally people would freak out, and I was like, whatever, okay, fine. Because, you know something, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about how I wasn't happy with my supervisor. I wasn't happy with the people I was working with. Happy working with the kids. I was happy working with the families, but I was only happy in one aspect. If I had to go for a meeting, my whole energy changed. So me losing my job, I mean, of course, it's a tango, but that was mainly my doing because I was having negative thoughts and negative feelings about my job every day. So using the law of attraction requires us to look deep within ourselves, take ownership what happened to us in our lives, and to push our ego to the side. Our ego is our greatest enemy, and it lives within us. And the second you realize that that voice in your head, that negative thought in your head, is really your ego. The second you make your ego, the second you recognize your ego, is the faster that you'll move past things, negative things in your life. The ego wants to make everybody wrong and you right. And that's fine because sometimes you are right, but you also have to take a look back and say, okay, what part did I play in that? What role did I play in that argument? What role did I play in that nasty attitude that I gave that person? Like, you know, a lot of us want to say, well, she was nasty back and da-da-da-da and all this stuff, but really we have to take ownership for our crap. For the crap that we do, we have to take ownership for it. And I went through this with my cousin first, and we were talking, and she gave me something that I said, she gave it to me in a much better way. Let every moment become a lesson to better your life and fulfill your potential. So I took that moment with my job as a way to better myself, as a way to look and see, okay, what happened? What did I do to attract this into my life? Now, of course, there's gray area because who wants to attract disease? Who wants to attract crime? Who wants to attract a miscarriage, let's say? But I need everyone to remember that everything happens for you and not to you. It is important to find the lesson in every moment where things did not go as planned. So, for example, me losing my job, right? I haven't shared with a lot of you because it's a topic that was really hard for me to talk about, and now I'm finally so blessed that I can talk about it. And I still get emotional, but I don't break down like I used to. In September of 2013, a very close friend of mine, actually my very first guy that I dated when I was in Colorado, and we had an on-again, off-again relationship. Ooh, right now my heart's beating so fast. He decided to commit suicide. And that hit me so hard. And that was part of the reason why I kind of fell off on the Steve Alicious group and things like that. And it's because I felt so, you get survivor guilt, because I was actually one of the last people to talk to him, and he told me that he was having these thoughts, and I just took it a pecho, like, wow, like I could have done more, I could have done this, I could have done that, should have, could have, would have. And when I was going through all this stuff at work, I couldn't pinpoint, I couldn't decide, is it my job? Is it because of Ryan? Is it because I miss my family and I'm going through this by myself? Like, I couldn't figure out what it was. And unfortunately, I didn't have the kind of supervisor that was understanding, and she just kept asking me, well, it doesn't seem like you're happy here. Every time I met with her, we had a meeting every single month, one-on-one, every single month, until she fired me. She would ask me, do you even want to be here? And I'm like, of course I want to be at this job. What do you mean? And I wasn't realizing I stopped trusting her. So I wasn't realizing the energy that I was putting out to push people away from me at work. I mean, which of course to me is like a stupid reason to fire somebody, because I did my job and I did it well. Actually, I did it exceptionally well. I know I did. But my personal attitude about life in general was affecting my job. And that's the ownership that I have to take about what went wrong with me getting fired. I will not take ownership for the drama that unfolded. I will not take ownership for anything that I Have a Dream did after they made their decision. But I will take ownership for the fact that I did attract me getting fired into my job. But because I believe everything happens for you and not to you, I realize now that had I still had that job, I wouldn't be a Beachbody coach right now. I wouldn't be going to school full time. I wouldn't be taking risks. And that's what Ryan's suicide taught me, is that I have to take risks in life, because life is too short. You could be here today, you could be gone tomorrow. And even if, I mean, God forbid, but I hit a place where I'm just like, that's it, I don't want to be on this earth anymore. Like he chose, he was 37 years old. He was not this old person. And I just realized that what he taught me, that situation, right? Because I didn't attract that situation into my life. Like that's not something that anybody wants to have happen to them. But what I realized was this had to happen to me. I had to go through that so that I can learn to live again. Because I was like a robot. I was just going through the motions of life. I wasn't living. The Jovi that you guys are meeting today, the Jovi that you guys know now, was a Jovi that was always inside of me, and I was afraid to let out. And it's like the lid came off and I'm living life, and I couldn't be happier. So I find that once you take ownership for your role, positive or negative, that happens to you, if it's a negative situation, the quicker you find the solution. So I lost my job. I took ownership for that. I had a 1-day pity party. That's as long as I give myself, is 1 day. I had a 1-day pity party, and then I started making plans. I started making phone calls. I called Norris right away, and I said, you know what? I'm ready. Let's do this. I called my mom. She's in DR. Do you think I should go? I'm thinking about going to New York for the summer. What do you think? She said yes. It's like everything that I planned, everything that I thought, every idea that I set in motion, when God has a higher purpose for you and you're not listening, he's going to do something in order to make you listen, like fire you from your job. And everybody that I spoke to, when I told them my plans, they didn't look at me like I was crazy. They were like, do it, go for it. And that's how I know that God and universe were working for me. Because when something is for you, God will open those doors, and it's like the floodgates open and everybody says yes. But you have to take ownership for your crap. And the quicker you take ownership for your crap, the quicker that moves out of the way and you can let positivity and light into your life. Stop playing victim. Victimizing yourself, woe is me, gets old. People stop listening to you. You stop attracting the right people into your life. So again, the law of attraction is about you taking ownership so that you can allow greatness into your life. You are all great and wonderful people. And once you move all of that negativity out of the way, you allow other things to come in. And the way that you can do that is by setting goals that have markers, which I'll explain in a second, and a vision board. So what comes first? Your goals come first. So the first thing you need to do is you need to decide what it is that you want to have happen to you in your life. And then you write it in the positive and you write it in the present. So for example, we had our goals for the month of June. And the first thing I did was I wrote, when my Beachbody coaching business is ideal. And that's how I started it. So you can start it with, when my life is ideal, I am. When my relationship with my husband is ideal, we are. When my relationship with my kids is ideal, we are. And then you start writing at least 3 things. So for example, when my Beachbody coaching business is ideal, I have signed up 5 or more amazing and committed people, right? So how will I know that I signed up 5 or more amazing and committed people? A marker will tell me exactly a clear picture of what that looks like. So my first marker is obviously going to be, I have 5 people signed up by June 20th, let's say. Another marker, they are posting almost every single day or once a week or twice a week in the coaching page, right? Because I want committed people. So that lets me know that they're committed. A third marker could be they post and encourage other women in the page. That's the amazing part. So it's 3 ways that I'm going to know I did that. So last month I signed up, I think I signed up 7 people. And out of the 7, I have 3 that are rock stars. And that's how I know that I achieved my goal. Like, I didn't get the full 7 of them to post all the time, but I have 3 or 4 girls on our pages that are really rocking it, that they're commenting on other people, that they're motivating other people. Heck, they motivate me to keep going. I want to stop right now to make sure everyone is clear on a goal and a marker. So if anyone has questions or comments, why don't we do that now before I move on? Okay, I guess we're good.
Hold on, Joe. I just wanted you to repeat something. I think it was like a quote. You said, "Let every moment," and I wanted to write it down because it just hit home. Can you repeat that? I want to write it down.
I think it was, "Let every moment become a lesson to better your life and fulfill your potential."
To better your life
And
fulfill your.
I was right there, Daisy.
And I can't take credit for that. My cousin Ruth, who's actually signing up as a coach, I think this weekend, I ran through the session with her first just so that she can give me feedback because I wanted it to be perfect because I'm the perfectionist. And I said it much more wordier and she gave it to me in that quote and I thought that was absolutely amazing. Is there anything else? Okay, so so the thing, goals must be written in the present and in the positive. So if you notice, my first goal is, it's not that I will sign up 5 or more amazing and committed people. And notice how I put people, right? Because I don't care if it's a man or a woman. I want you all. And I said I have signed up. Or I signed up 5 or more people, meaning I already did it. It already happened. There's no question about it. It's not I will do it. It's not like it'll happen tomorrow. No, it happened. I did this. The next thing is it can be tailored to your needs, like I said before. So when I'm going to do a little activity with you guys, and it doesn't have to be for your body, business. If you want it to be, that's fine. But if you're going, you have to look at an area in your life that's lacking. You have to look at an area in your life where you have crap that you need to let go of. Because if you are not doing well in area where you have crap, you're bringing that baggage to other areas into your life. So you have to clear out and do the work in the hard places first. And that's where I go first. I go where you're drowning, because everything else could be fine and that's great, but you're putting up a front and people can sense that. So it's important to live authentically and with integrity. So if it's your family life, like if you have work to do with your mom, or if you have work to do with your dad, or if you have work to do with your husband or your kids or a coworker, I highly suggest that you guys start there. And it doesn't have to be anything major, just so that you can kind of see and take ownership for a little bit of the things that you are playing a role in with that. The other thing is, I want you guys to know that, like, I did this.
Jovi, sorry. Can I ask you a question before you continue? Live authentically and with? I didn't hear that.
Integrity.
Oh, integrity.
Yeah.
Can I pause for a second? All right. Yeah. We all go through certain moments in our lives in which we're going through a difficult situation. How can we live authentically and not bring anyone else down with us? Okay, so you're going through the moment. You're going through a difficult moment. Where you're going through a difficult moment. You are in that moment where you're not happy, but you want to live authentically, yet you don't want to bring others down. Where do you find the balance?
So the first thing I do is this thing called the work, which I'm trained in, and it's hard work, right? So because it makes you face the facts, right? So I will get, all right, so let's say I'm going through a hard moment with the fact that Ryan commits suicide, right? Because that's something that brings me down a lot, and
it's hard.
Else around me down, because it's so very overwhelming, and I can't hide my emotions. I can't. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, that's it. You all know it. So I go, Ryan's an asshole, right? Because I'm angry. Ryan's an asshole. The first thing I ask myself, is it true? Yes, it's true. Ryan's an asshole. Is it? Yeah, it's absolutely true. He's an asshole. Okay, so give me 3 ways that Ryan's an asshole. Well, he was doing a lot of drugs. He was drinking. He put himself to committed suicide. Okay, that's true. Yeah, you're right. What an asshole. You know what I mean? Then you have to turn it around. Ryan is not an asshole. How is Ryan not an asshole? Oh, well, that's a little bit harder, right? Because you're pissed. I can do this now because I'm over it. I'm like, okay, well, no, he is an asshole. No, but how is Ryan not an asshole? Okay, Ryan's not an asshole because, you know something, he always put his mom first. He would send me flowers to work when we were dating. He was my biggest encourager. Like, if he saw me now climbing that incline, he would be my cheerleader. So that's how he's not an asshole. Then you have to turn it around to the self. I'm an asshole. How am I an asshole? I'm an asshole because sometimes I get nasty with people. I'm an asshole because sometimes I have negative thoughts about others. I'm an asshole because I'm blaming Ryan for my unhappiness. So do you see how that works? And it's a much longer process, but it makes you go, bam. Like, it makes you look at how that person, okay, because you're right. The way that you're feeling in that moment is that person's a real jerk. But then you have to turn it around. Well, how are they not that person? And then how are you that person? Because everything goes back to you. When you see something that you don't like, it's because you don't like it within yourself. So so my boss is a fake. Well, yeah, that's probably true. But then how am I fake? Because if I'm saying it about her, then I must be saying it about myself too. Because that little person lives inside of me. And that's the ego. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. That makes so much sense. Just to share something about me, I'm the biggest klutz, right? I drop everything. I spill everything. All the time. My daughter's way. When she does it, I am so ticked off that automatically I yell at her and I leash out. And it makes sense because I hate it about me. So that's why I'm rubbing off on her, right?
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah. So you have to accept, I accept myself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I actually, I mean, maybe this is why I'm not like married, but I actually go out on dates and I'm like, listen, yeah, I'm this great person, but I have this, and this, and this, and this. Like, just to let you know, disclaimer up front. Because you just have to own it. Okay. Own it all. We're not perfect, and we all have room to grow. So, Unides, did that help?
It takes a while to unmute. Yes, it does help because, we want to be authentic, but we don't want to drag others down with us. So I think it helps if we learn how to deal with our own emotions so that it stays within ourselves. And in the essence, you are being authentic to you without affecting the other people that surround you. And I think that I like that about.
Has to do with ownership too.
Mm-hmm. She spoke about that one. You got to take ownership about it, about yourself. Thank you. Go on. I don't want to.
No, you're fine. And you know what? You give yourself that one day pity party. I'm telling you, you find that one person that you can go to that's not going to judge you and is going to accept you just the way that you are. But give yourself one day, because we all need it. We need one day to detox, as they said at the Proud to be Latina, right? Okay, so now markers. So you guys heard how I said that. Like, I have 5 people. Obviously, I have 5 people in the back office. They are awesome and committed because they're posting in the page, and they're awesome and positive because they're encouraging others and even myself, right? Now, very careful with what you write down, because our thoughts, especially written thought, is so powerful. I have had a vision board, and I'll explain more about that in a second, forever. And in my vision board, and I have pictures of it, and I can't show it because I left my phone. I had my perfect marriage relationship, and it was everything that I would want. It was like perfect for me. You know, people are like, you're never going to find perfect. And I'm like, no, I'll find perfect for me. It doesn't have to be perfect for you. And as I was looking through it, because I sent it to Giselle and I think a few of the other girls, and I noticed that I wrote everything down except God. God was missing from that relationship. And I was meeting these wonderful guys, awesome guys, and all of them atheist, agnostic, didn't believe in God. And I realized I didn't put it down as a marker. I didn't write down, this man and I go to church together. This man and I pray together. This man and I meditate together. So yeah, universe, God was sending me all these wonderful men who had everything that I wanted, but I didn't write down the one thing that I'm looking for, which is a man who believes in God, a man who believes in spirit. So you have to be, when you're writing your goals down, like I know that a lot of us write them down on Monday, on the first of the month, and we did them real fast. I recommend that you calendar it in for before the first of the month, so you can take your time and really think about what it is that you want for that month in your business, or for those 3 months that you're working on your relationship with others. Because when you just write it down, you write it down a lo loco, and you're not really putting down authentically what you want. And what you write is what you will receive. So it's super important to take your time with it. Oh no, 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Okay, very important that I need you guys to remember is intention, attention, no tension. And I want you all to write that down. Intention, attention, no tension. So the intention is you write it down. You put your attention on it. So like I always use this example because it's hilarious. Okay, Jovani, my mom used to say, you want to meet a guy, but you're staying home. God's not going to bring the man to your door. You got to go out. You have to join dating sites. So that's putting your attention on it. You're putting in the work. God ain't going to give you nothing if you don't put the work in. Like, he can't do it all. And then no tension. You let it go. You know what? Okay, I wrote down these goals, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so crazy writing down 5 or more amazing, committed people, right? But you let it go. And you go, you know what, God, I leave it in your hands, and I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this to get to my goals. And then whatever you have to say, perfect. The most important thing is, after you're done writing your goals, you have to write this or something better. So I have signed up 5 or more amazing and committed people. I have 2 or more coaches on my team who are positive, determined, motivating, and committed to helping others. I will have 1,000 or more followers on Instagram who will boost my business and or motivate me. Do you hear how specific my goals are? I have reached SC20 or higher. I follow up with clients weekly. This or something better. Because we put ourselves in a box, and God puts us in a shaped box that doesn't have any walls. The other thing is the vision boards. The vision boards, you should put what you wrote down in the middle of the vision board, your goals, and then put pictures that remind you of what that feels like, looks like, and quotes, and put it in a place where either you can walk past it every day or you see it every day. The other important thing is, if it's right for you, it will be for you. So I hear a lot of us being upset or feeling upset when customers don't want to sign up for us, but you don't want that customer anyway. You want to attract people who are attracted to you and your energy. And you be you. We share our goals with each other. And if it really resonates with you, take one of my goals. That's fine. But if it doesn't, don't think that it's, oh, well, Jovani wrote it, or Onidi said that she wants to do this, so I have to do it too. You have to be, again, with authenticity and integrity. I'm going to really quickly share some books that I've read to get me through my journey. One is Peaks and Valleys. It's the same author as Who Moved My Cheese. It's a super quick read. Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. 5 Languages of Love. It's very important for you to understand your love language and the love language of others around you, because how you give love is how you like to receive love. And that goes for everybody else in your family too. The Power by Rhonda Burns. She is the author of The Secret. And right now I'm reading A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. And it's all about the ego, and it is kicking my ass, guys, really. And I want to leave you with this last quote. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent, by Eleanor Roosevelt. And that's, again, the law of attraction. Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't
Jovi,
write it
what was the
fast
first
enough.
one? Oh, sorry.
I couldn't write it fast enough. What was the last book?
The last book was A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle.
And what was the first one, Jovi?
Peaks and Valleys.
What was the second one?
Mastery of Love.
Then it was The Love Language.
5 Languages of Love. And they have it for kids too.
It's amazing.
And a kid book.
I know it feels rushed, but there's like 5 more minutes. If any of you have any questions, please feel free to, ask away. Not all at once.
The other thing is, don't hesitate in messaging me one-on-one, asking me for my number. My mom does the passion test stuff as a living, and I'm kind of starting to get into it as well, like making money off of it. But I just feel like it's such a gift that for you girls, if you need anything from me, I'm here and you can come. And then just if you feel like it really changed your life, then just refer people to me. But for you girls, I'll definitely just want to give you the gift, because it definitely moved me from, it shifted me like that once I got clarity.
Thank you so much, Jovi. You do not know how useful this is. As I said to you at our meeting, at our Latina event, this is an area in which I want to grow in which I want to be able to attract positive influences to my life. I pray a lot. I believe in God a lot. I read the Bible. But I struggle a lot with the idea of, letting, I guess, the thoughts of others affect me.
Mm-hmm.
That thing about living to please other people. And that's, I'm being very vulnerable. I'm sharing it with you. I struggle with that because I feel like I want to please people. And, that's where I want to learn to become stronger and put myself first and make sure that I value me, because unless I value myself, then who cares what other people think about me?
The book you need to read is Mastery of Love.
Yeah.
First book you need to read.
Got it.
That one caught my attention for some reason, and that's the one that I should be reading too.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it changed my view on relationships. I was looking at it all the wrong way.
Yeah.
And it starts with you first. And the best quote from that book is, you're hungry and you're starving, and somebody comes with a pizza and you'll take it. And they'll treat you like garbage, but you're so hungry and starving for it, you'll take the pizza. That same person comes to you with pizza and your kitchen is full, and you tell them, no, you come into my kitchen, I'll feed you, and you don't have to do anything for me. And that's when it clicked. But I was like, oh, I have all this love in me, and I have it. So yeah, like, what do I need a pizza for?
Right. It's amazing. It really is. I don't know. Anybody want to say something?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Jovi. This was powerful.
Thank you, guys. I was like so nervous, but I'm so happy.
Amazing. Thank you.
I'm so sad because I timed myself and it was 25 minutes, and I was like, yes. So
But you did really good. I interrupted you, so that might have affected your timing. But I thought that was important because we deal with this, and at some point in our lives, we're going to want to be authentic. And that was proof of love. That was true proof of love. And at some point, we want to be authentic and not affect others.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to cut us off, but thank you so very much. I'm going to share the recording and the link as soon as it comes up. All right?
All right.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Jovi.
Bye.
You look the same.
Thank you.
I recorded it.